Chapter 26. The solid is the root of the light. The quiescent is the master of the hasty. Therefore the sage travels all day, yet never leaves his provision cart. In the midst of honor and glory, he lives leisurely, undisturbed. How can the ruler of a great country make light of his body in the empire by rushing about? In light frivolity, the center is lost. In hasty action, self-mastery is lost. Chapter 27. A good runner leaves no track. A good speech leaves no flaws for attack. A good reckoner makes use of no counters. A well-shut door makes use of no bolts, and yet cannot be opened. A well-tied knot makes use of no rope, and yet cannot be untied. Therefore the sage is good at helping people. For that reason there is no rejected useless person. He is good at saving things. For that reason there is nothing rejected. This is called stealing the light. Therefore the good person is the teacher of the bad, and the bad person is the lesson of the good. He who neither values his teacher nor loves the lesson is one gone far astray, though he be learned. Such is the subtle secret. Chapter 28. One who is aware of the male, but keeps to the female, becomes the ravine of the world. Being the ravine of the world, he has the original character, day, which is not cut up, and returns again to the innocence of the babe. One who is conscious of the white, bright, but keeps to the black, dark, becomes the model of the world. Being the model of the world, he has the eternal power which never errs, and returns again to the primordial nothingness. One who is familiar with honor and glory, but keeps to obscurity, becomes the valley of the world. Being the valley of the world, he has an eternal power which always suffices, and returns again to the natural integrity of uncarved wood. Break up this uncarved wood, and it is shaped into vessel. In the hands of the sage, they become the officials and magistrates. Therefore the great ruler does not cut up. Chapter 29. There are those who will conquer the world and make of it what they conceive or desire. I see that they will not succeed. For the world is God's own vessel. It cannot be made by human interference. He who makes it spoils it. He who holds it loses it. For some things go forward, some things follow behind. Some blow hot, and some blow cold. Some are strong, and some are weak. Some may break, and some may fall. Hence the sage eschews excess, eschews extravagance, eschews pride. Chapter 30. He who by Tao proposes to help the ruler of people will oppose all conquest by force of arms. For such things are wont to rebound. Where armies are, thorns and brambles grow. The rising of a great host is followed by a year of dearth. Therefore, a good general effects his purpose and stops. He dares not rely upon the strength of arms. Effects his purpose and does not glory in it. Effects his purpose and does not boast of it. Effects his purpose and does not take pride in it. Effects his purpose as a regrettable necessity. Effects his purpose but does not love violence. For things age after reaching their prime. That violence would be against the Tao, and one who is against the Tao perishes young. Chapter 31. Of all things, soldiers are instruments of evil, hated by people. Therefore the religious person possessed of Tao avoids them. The gentleman favors the left in civilian life, but on military occasions favors the right. Soldiers are weapons of evil. They are not the weapons of the gentleman. When the use of soldiers cannot be helped, the best policy is calm restraint. Even in victory, there is no beauty, and who calls it beautiful is one who delights in slaughter. He who delights in slaughter will not succeed in his ambition to rule the world. The things of good omen favor the left. The things of ill omen favor the right. The lieutenant general stands on the left. The general stands on the right. That is to say, it is celebrated as a funeral rite. The slaying of multitudes should be mourned with sorrow. A victory should be celebrated with the funeral rite. Chapter 32. Tao is absolute and has no name. Though the uncarved wood is small, it cannot be employed, used as vessel by anyone. If kings and barons can keep this unspoiled nature, the whole world shall yield them lordship of their own accord. The heaven and earth join, and the sweet rain falls, beyond people's command, yet evenly upon all. Then human civilization arose, and there were names. Since there were names, it were well one knew where to stop. He who knows where to stop may be exempt from danger. Tao in the world may be compared to rivers that run into the sea. Chapter 33. One who knows others is learned. One who knows himself is wise. One who conquers others has power of muscles. One who conquers himself is strong. One who is contented is rich. One who is determined has strength of will. One who does not lose his center endures. One who dies, yet his power remains, has long life. Chapter 34. The great Tao flows everywhere. Like a flood, it may go left or right. The myriad things derive their life from it, and it does not deny them. When its work is accomplished, it does not take possession. It clothes and feeds the myriad things, yet does not claim them as its own. Often regarded without mind or passion, it may be considered small. Being the home of all things, yet claiming not, it may be considered great. Because to the end it does not claim greatness, its greatness is achieved. Chapter 35. Hold the great symbol, and all the world follows without meeting harm, and lives in health, peace, commonwealth. Offer good things to eat, and the wayfarer stays. But Tao is mild to the taste. Looked at, it cannot be seen. Listened to, it cannot be heard. Applied, its supply never fails. 36. One who is to be made to dwindle in power must first be caused to expand. One who is to be weakened must first be made strong. One who is to be laid low must first be exalted to power. One who is to be taken away from must first be given. This is the subtle light. Gentleness overcomes strength. Fish should be left in the deep pool, and sharp weapons of the state should be left where none can see them. Chapter 37. The Tao never does, yet through it everything is done. If princes and dukes can keep the Tao, the world will of its own accord be reformed. When reformed and rising to action, let it be restrained by the nameless pristine simplicity. The nameless pristine simplicity is stripped of desire for contention. By stripping of desire, quiescence is achieved, and the world arrives at peace of its own accord.